Hey there, happy Sunday. I wanted to come live to share with you 3 tips to help you with your weekly prep today, because if you know anything about Your Life Rocks, you know we are all about your weekly prep. I'm just gonna fix my camera there for a second. There we go, perfect. Because when we talk about like weekly prep, it's not just prepping your food, it's really prepping your entire week for success. And it's one of the main systems that we teach on the podcast. We teach it in our free course, Weekly Success Planning. It really is one of the best tools as a working mom to help you create more balance in your life, to really help you create some more sanity in your life, which if you're like me, we can all use a little bit more sanity in our life. And since it's Sunday and we're starting a new week, it's a perfect time to be talking about this, because I think a lot of you, especially if you're watching this and you are a podcast listener, you've been following Your Life Rocks, maybe you're a member of our community, or you're a member of Life Balance membership, you have the app, whatever it is, you might have this practice of weekly planning, and it's something that you do week in and week out. So these tips I have for you are going to be bonus content. They're extra and above. And I sent out an email. So if you're on my email list, you can go and you can read these tips in your email box. But I wanted to come live for those of you that are not in my email. So number one tip for your weekly prep is to have something to look forward to tonight when you are all done, because the weekends are also our time to rest and relax and to refuel. Now, one of the best ways we can refuel is to set ourselves up for success in the week so that we have less to recover from on the weekends. That's the whole point of having a strong weekly prep. So have something to look forward to tonight though. Maybe it's a family movie, maybe it's a bubble bath, maybe it's just binging on Netflix after the kids go to bed, knowing without guilt you can sit there on the couch and enjoy the TV show because the house is prepped, the schedule's done, the food is planned, everything is taken care of, right? When everything is taken care of, we can relax a lot more. I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to relax when there's things that need my attention. So work hard, get it done, and then relax tonight. Have something to look forward to once everything is done. Number 2 tip for you as you're doing your weekly prep, because this one I think is really, really important. There are things that we have to prep for that are not fun. There's things that we have to do when we're getting ready for the week ahead. They're not like the most enjoyable things in the world, but every single thing that you do is so important, including those hard things. And probably those hard things are some of the most important things to do. So I highly encourage you to set a timer, whether it's on your phone, it's on the kitchen stove, it's on your watch, whatever it is, but set an alarm for like just 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on what the task is, and then just get to work and get it done first before you do some of the other things. Now, if you've taken the course, you know I talk about first as you're making your list, you delegate first, and then you start doing your multitask items. But if there are things that you just keep procrastinating and you just never seem to get to week in and week out with your weekly planning and your weekly prep time, get those things done first. Now, you can start a load of laundry and then get the thing done, but get it done before you start doing other things, because procrastination will move it to the end of your day. And then when you're tired and you're like, I really don't want to do it now, it just won't happen. So do yourself a favor, set a timer, and do the hard thing now. All right, last tip is to use the app. We have an app called Your Life Rocks. You can find it in any of the app stores, in iTunes or in Google Play. And in there, you can find the course. If you've already taken the course, it's a great time to do a refresher. I myself retake the course every now and then to kind of button things up, to set new goals. So when you take the course, what will happen is you will first set goals for what you want for your life. Like, what are you really prepping for? Because otherwise it's really easy to say, okay, I'm going to prep and make things easy for my food or my calendar. But what are you doing this week to grow your marriage? What are you doing this week for your kids to show up as the mom that you want to do? How are you having intention towards your health or towards your career or your finances? What are you doing for fun this week? How are you loving on your friends? How are you growing in relationship with your friends? So those things are all really important. And when you take the course, it'll kind of guide you in how to set those goals, how to set those intentions. And then, okay, now I have the intention, now what? So it'll take you through that guided process of setting that intention, to figuring out what you need to do to actually close the gap on that intention from where you are now, and then what do you need to do on your weekly prep in order to actually get yourself there. So that course is inside the app, and we have our weekly prep checklist. So once you have those action items defined, you can put them into your app on your checklist and they will stay there every single week. So you can put them in there, decide what day you're going to be prepping. Sometimes I prep on Saturday, sometimes I prep on Sunday. Here's a trick with the app. You have to pick one day. And here's the reason why it's set that way in the app. I've had people question this because if you do your weekly prep and you spread it out over like 4 days, you're always doing your chores. Like you're always doing a little this, a little that, versus getting it done and over with where you can actually enjoy and you don't have that weight and that guilt holding over your head of things being undone. This next week on the podcast on Tuesday, the episode that comes out is all about closing the loops. A couple weeks ago, we had Jenny Walsh on the show and she was talking about closing the loops of cleaning in our house and how the tasks that we do, if we don't finish the task, it leaves mess in our house. And those are the habits that create the mess that then we feel like we have to clean up, and it's a whole vicious cycle. But she was really sharing, like, if you close that loop of doing a task, then there's nothing really to clean up, right? Your house just always maintains cleanliness. And so next week on the show, we're taking that same concept and putting it into all of the other areas of our life for what is undone, how can we close those loops and all of the things that we have holding over our head in all the areas of our life. So I hope you check out the episode. But this is why we do weekly prep on one day, because it closes the loop. Everything is prepped, everything is done, and you are set to go. We're not prolonging things out over 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, because that just causes extra anxiety, stress, pressure, guilt, all of those blah, 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 right? We don't want to do any of that. We want to build a life that rocks. We want to build something that's sustainable, that really focuses back our energy on the people we love, focus our energy back on God, and doing your weekly prep in one day is possible, just like balance is possible. It's totally doable, and all the tools are waiting for you inside of the app. So let's recap the 3 tips that I just shared to help you up-level your Sunday prep today. Number 1, have something to look forward to at the end of the day that you are just like, yes. By the way, I mentioned in the email that I sent out today, right now, my favorite thing is watching Designated Survivor on Netflix. So that's what I'm looking forward to when I'm done with my Sunday prep, is that I get to watch that show. So just saying, it's pretty great. Number 2 is to do the hard thing first. Set the timer, get it done. Now the nice thing about having a timer, by the way, is that it gives you a deadline. It's like, okay, I've got 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I'm done with this task. It'll be finished. Whether it's cleaning the bathrooms, that's what it is for me. I hate cleaning the bathrooms. I have 2 boys. It's disgusting. But if I do it first and I set a timer, then I know, okay, I only have 15 minutes. I can't lollygag, I can't procrastinate, I can't try to do other things. Just focus, get it done, and have it over with. So again, number 1, I can enjoy something at the end of the day. Number 3 is to use the tools inside of the Your Life Rocks app. Go and download it today. If you already have it and you've been loving it, leave us a review. I'd love to see that. And catch the podcast on Tuesday. I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday, and I will talk to you soon.